Hello and welcome here to another video. How are you doing? Hope you are doing good. In case you are watching me for the first time, my name is George and today we want to discuss about the circulating rumor, or would I say news, about the person of Kashim Shettima. Sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrongly. The VP candidate for the APC. Wow, interesting man. Now, after I made my last video about him, introducing you, my audience here on Facebook, to him, a lot of people were dropping comments and people even sent me messages of this audio recording that has been circulating for a long time about his person, purported to have been his conversation with Kunle, whom he was calling Kunle in that audio. I'm here to debunk a couple of things, but you please have to be very objective and tell me if I make sense or not. To many people, I'm not going to be making sense in this video, but it's actually the truth. Before I begin, let me just tell you categorically that I don't believe that that particular audio recording that is circulating, purported to be by the person of Mr. Kashim, former governor of Borno, is actually him. It is doctored and I will prove to you in this video. It's not a doctored kind of conversation in that way. It's a real conversation between two people, but the person that was talking in that particular audio is not Kashim himself. Why am I saying so? Right now, if you have watched me over time, you would know that there are certain words that are peculiar to me if you have listened to me over time. Like this particular word, over time. I use it a lot in my conversations. So if you get to hear an audio recording about me somewhere, somehow, or whatever, and it's purported to be by me, those who know me would know me first by my voice, maybe second by my accent, even though sometimes my English is like I'm Ghanaian, sometimes my English is like I am typical 𝐲𝐻𝐿𝐵 because I was born in 𝐲𝐻𝐿𝐵, sometimes my English is typically you understand. But you also have to understand here that there are certain words that become familiar and peculiar to you. So I was now asking myself one question. What is the main purpose that this particular audio recording is very significant? It is significant because of its purported idea to be that he is a sponsor of Boko Haram. Am I right? Of course I'm right. So right now, let's ask ourselves a very significant question. Number one factor I'm going to be looking at right here is, which he has talked about, is the way he talks, his accent. His accent in reality compared to what we see in that audio is very much different. If you look at his tongue when he's talking, it's more of like he has this thing with his tongue that he talks and it ends with the kind of sound most of the time. Okay, so we're going to be looking at a couple of videos here to show you what I'm talking about. So I had to dig up his interviews and how he's been able to define those who are Boko Haram, and it will shock you that the way he defines or the way he labels Boko Haram in that particular audio recording, which should be the same with if you are looking at him based on the pattern of conversation, is different from the way he had described Boko Haram when he is doing his interviews. Now, watch this video right now on a man for CNN 8 years ago, the way he describes Boko Haram.
And your state is it overrun by Boko Haram? And by the way, who are they? Are they religious? What do you know? You live with them. Who are they?
Boko Haram are a bunch of raving lunatics.
Raving lunatics?
Yeah, who are taking cover because they have violated every single concept, every single belief of the religion of Islam. But as Karl Marx said, religion is the opium of the masses, and they have gotten a very captive audience because of the endemic poverty in that
So do you...
Very good. Now watch this also interview that he had with TVC, the way he describes Boko Haram.
And most importantly, let us admit that the Boko Haram came out of the Muslim pole. They never came out of the Christian path. And they went about on a burning spree, burning churches and mosques. But I felt compelled to reveal all the churches destroyed by Boko Haram in southern Borno. Was it their own fault? These are people who are even in the best of times, the poorest of the poor. They saved over a period of 5 years, 10 years to build a place of worship. And these lunatics came and burned those places of worship.
He calls them lunatics. Now look at the audio itself and let's see how he describes Boko Haram.
No, it's like that, Kunle. Kunle is like that. Because how can anybody convince us that some miscreants cannot be dealt with by Nigerian army?
Miscreants. That is just one part, okay? So if you look at, you could take your time and do this. I've taken my time to watch all of, because that is what I have to do as an analyst, all right? If you are sending me all this, before I publish something on my page, I have to verify, because tomorrow, if they say, oh, defamation, this and that, blah, 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 they won't come for you right now commenting in the comments. No, they will come for me, the poster, and then ask me questions, why would I be posting this and all that? But sometimes, you know, when it comes to bad news, it flies around more than good news when good things happen. Now, you might be saying, George, oh, they have paid you. Paid me for what? When I talk about the person of Peter Obi, would you say I'm being paid? When I talk about the person of Tinubu, would you say I'm being paid? I'm simply doing my job here as an analyst. But even aside that too, why did people not even notice the fact that even from the beginning of the audio, the said person to be Kashim himself said that even though he is PDP.
Alaji, congratulations. Thank you very much, Kunle. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Honestly, I accept your congratulations, even though I'm PDP.
And there is someone that has been in the APC. Why would he be saying even though he is PDP, but yet still he was APC and has been APC? Think about that for a moment. Let that sink to your mind. Because when you look at these things like this right now, I've seen people, I'm like, okay, you have seen the video or you have seen the audio conversation. All right, very good. What is the point of me posting it on my platform for you to re-see it again? No, I analyze things, so I don't just come here, copy and paste. Even though I'm reposting something, I have to discuss it and share my opinion about it. That's the difference between blogging, normally where people just take news and repost, and actually giving an opinion about it, because my opinion is what I can defend, not what I am posting. I don't know if you understand. So you could tell me with these 2 points. Number one, was he PDP at that time? Ask yourself that question. Number two, the way he describes Boko Haram, call them lunatics consistently. Where does he call them miscreants? If you find that place, do the research yourself and see any way he calls them miscreants publicly, aside that particular audio recording that came out, and I will take down this post myself. So do that research yourself. And also one other important thing, the way he talks, he even made mention of it himself. The way he talks, I've watched him even recently on Channels TV. He doesn't talk like I can talk. He talks, he'll pause, continue. He doesn't have a fast pace of talking. Even when he was on Amanpo, he doesn't talk like that on CNN. So when you look at these patterns, why can't you yourself just look at it clearly and say that, okay, this thing could actually be fake, according to the horse's mouth? But if you tell me what you think in the comments, I'll be glad to read your comment. Now, let me show you what I'm trying to explain to you in this video. If I am the same person that is talking right now, and I'm the one purported to be talking in a particular audio or something, this is an example of what I'm trying to show you. Hello, Kunle.
Hello, Kunle.
How are you doing today?
How are you doing today?
My name is George.
My name is George.
Miscreants.
Miscreant.
Lunatics.
Lunatics.
Are you normal?
Are you normal?
Follow my page.
Follow my page.
I say the same thing, it says the same thing.
I say the same thing, it says the same thing.
So do you understand right now?
Do you understand right now?
If I'm speaking at a faster pace, why would it be speaking at a slower pace?
At a faster pace, why would it be speaking at a slower pace?
It is what it is.
It